You're tuned into All Too Real 2. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by all2real2.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame Frankie Mermaid Encarta.
It's a good name.
I like.
You like it?
I do like. Yes.
Yes.
You know why I'm called Frankie Mermaid?
Because you're a big fan of The Little Mermaid and Frankie Muniz.
That is true, but that's not the reason why.
Okay.
Those are bonus reasons. The actual reason is that I'm swimming in bitches.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's a line from the movie, by the way, guys.
Yes.
I'm not saying misogynistic shit. That's part of the character named Frankie Mermaid.
It's beautiful. It's like right up there with anything Shakespeare wrote, you know?
Oh, it's like, there's no comparison. Yeah. Eat your heart out, Shakespeare, you know. We got VelociPastor.
Yes, and that brings us to what we're covering today, folks.
Yeah, the VelociPastor. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I've never seen a movie as straightforward as this, what it claims to be and what it actually is.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen... I think a movie that came close was this movie. I forgot the name. I forgot what it was now. It had something to do with like ninja, not really ninjas. I don't know. It came out around like 2014. It was like some Netflix movie, I think. But like this is, I think the is the one.
A movie that's intentionally bad.
Yeah, it's very much so. It doesn't even give you an inkling that it takes itself seriously.
Yes.
And it's really short too. It's only about like 74 minutes long, something like that.
Yeah. So let's get to the nitty gritty about it really quick.
Sure.
So the movie came out in 2018. The Internet Movie Database logline is: after losing his parents, a priest travels to China where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. At first horrified by his new power, a hooker convinces him to use it to fight crime and ninjas.
Ninjas is a very important part of our plot.
Yes. So this was written and directed by Brendan Steere. Brendan, prior to this, had made... Let me see here. He's directing. Let's see what he's directed here. We've got a bunch of short films prior to this.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. That he was writer and director on. He did direct a movie called Animosity prior to this.
Oh.
And he also directed in 2011 the VelociPastor trailer, which is what this was based on. He made it was for like a school project where they made a bunch of like grindhouse style trailer parodies, and one of them was VelociPastor.
Okay.
And yes, this movie stars Greg Cohan as Doug Jones, Father Doug Jones. Mm-hmm. Alyssa Kempinski as Carol, Daniel Steere as Father Stewart, who I'm assuming is related to the director and writer.
Could be.
Yeah. We've got Fernando Panchio de Castro as Frankie Mermaid. Claire Sue as a Chinese villager. We've got George Schwenzer as Doug's dad. Janice Young as Doug's mom. We got Aurelio Voltaire as Altair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Dave Sokol as War Buddy Ali. And there's others.
There's others.
Trying to
I
find
like how his war buddy Ali. That's like literally his character.
Yeah,
What he calls himself.
there's trying to figure out. Oh yeah, Jesse Curtis is Sam. I was trying to figure out who played him. Yeah,
yeah. That's the big reveal. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
This whole movie is so stupid.
So your initial reactions to this movie?
I don't really know what to make of it still. I don't know. Like I'd have to like wait a few days to actually probably marinate on it more. But like I don't know. It's just bizarre is what it is. It knows it's bizarre. It's not trying to be anything different. It's not a sincerely made bad movie that just happens to be bad. It's trying to be bad. And in a lot of ways, it's really good. There's like just certain, like, I don't know, just certain parts that like are not really sarcastic, but just like meant to be ironic, but like in a really fun way. Because like at one point, our guy rips off someone's head, and there's a bunch of blood spurting out, and then all of a sudden there's like it does like a freeze frame, and then it has like some quote from Gandhi saying something about like we'll never have peace. Like unless people stop shedding blood or something like that. It's like yeah.
And they have like low budget everything, including like a mannequin's head for
it's so stupid.
And then they literally ran out of money, so they were going to have a car explosion when his parents died, but they just decided to not do it. And
they just had a video effects tagline or something.
They just had it on the screen. It just said VFX : car on fire,
and you can hear the explosion going on.
Because that's what you do. Like when before you have the effects in the scene, like when you're doing like a test screening of a movie and everything's not complete, like before they final edit, like you'll actually have it where it'll say like VFX monster appears here or something.
Okay.
That because they're still working on the CGI or the miniature or whatever they need to do for the scene.
That was kind of funny.
They just went with it.
It's just like the whole movie. He's like, hey, mom and dad, and all of a sudden he just hears an explosion sound. He's like, no, and like the crying and like the laughter in this movie just goes on way too long than what it needs to go, which makes it super super awkward. And then
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's just like what it is. Yeah. It's just like funny.
I like how everybody's wearing kind of 70s type clothing, but they don't like make anything look like it's the 70s per se.
No, they don't. But then they also make a reference to Vietnam though too. Yeah. So it's like, so wait, what? Because like the character they had, I guess technically he could have been in Vietnam if he was like 14 and just snuck in the army and lied about his age to fight, maybe. But like, no. And then there's a whole backstory about that. It's completely bizarre too. And but like I don't know, there's just like parts of it that are intentionally hilarious. Like when like they show like a flashback where he's talking with his parents and they're like in the car, to go to school, and he's like, we'll just get out of the car, we'll drive around and we'll pick you back up from preschool. So it's like it's not a phrase, preschool. You mean seminary? Do you mean like what? Like yeah. It's like
saying, "Oh, I went to doctor's school."
Right. Like what?
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing too. Is like, "You're my only son," just becomes a whole funny thing later. And I don't know, it's just bizarre. I mean, I liked it. I'll probably have to watch it again, maybe a couple more times to
I mean,
really
it's a fun, easy watch too, which is good.
It is. It's not really anything.
Only like a little over an hour. So yeah.
And like just like the little things too, like where there's like the montage of music where it's like this like kind of happy punk rock music, and then like it shows him like doing like his priestly duties, and then there's like a cut to him like eating someone as a dinosaur. Like, it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
Anything that really stands out? Like, do you want to talk about the plot, or do you want to?
Yeah, because the plot's pretty straightforward. I mean, we could talk about it. It's not super.
Yeah.
We talk about other stuff too, you know, like trivia and whatnot. Or
I wish I could find let me see. I wonder if it's like on their website. I was trying to find the soundtrack to see who did the music, but it's not listed on IMDb.
There's a lot of good music in this movie.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where a lot of the budget went to. Because there's a lot of good like punk rock in here.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they sell the soundtrack. That sucks.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find the music. Oh well.
It's all right.
So yeah, so what goes on in this movie?
Oh, okay. So Doug, he opens up, he's doing like a sermon, and it's like just like a nice regular sermon, and then he goes out and sees his parents out there waiting for him. So I don't know if they were just gonna pick him up from sermon. I don't know exactly what. He's like, Mom and Dad, and then you just hear this explosion sound, and he just starts screaming.
I found the soundtrack.
Okay, that's cool.
There's a playlist on Spotify.
All right.
There's 3 bands here. One of the bands is called Free Parking. One of them is called The Holy Mess, and the other one is called Math the Band.
That's great, Math the Band.
I think it's really funny. One of the songs, I saw this in the credits, and it's called Spencer Reed.
Oh.
Which is interesting because that's Matthew Gray Gubler's character from Criminal Minds, the TV show.
Oh, okay.
Spencer Reed. I'm just like, why would you name a song?
I know, it's weird.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so what?
Yeah, his parents get exploded. He cries for a really long time. His priest guy, who's like his mentor, is like, "Hey, maybe you should just like go somewhere." He's like, so what? They died. Whatever. It is what it is. Just like, wow. Go just travel. It'd be good for you. And he's like, go somewhere where you don't think God's going to follow you or something like some weird.
Father Stewart's line was my favorite line in the movie. And it was like, so your parents died, Doug. It's what parents do. They die on you.
But what's the other way around? Some kids die for, whatever. And then so it's like, but he's like, yeah, just go. So he's like, I don't go. So he goes to China. And he's just like doing his old China stuff or whatever. And then some woman, what I love, this woman gets shot through the heart from an arrow. And he follows her. He sees this arrow protruding through her chest. He goes, are you hurt? It's like, what are you talking about? Yes. She's got an arrow shot through her heart. Yeah, she's hurt. And like, which again, it's like an intentional thing. And so she gives him this like things like, don't, she's speaking like Mandarin or whatever, so he doesn't know what she's saying. And then she's like, get rid of it or whatever, because they'll come after you. So he thinks he's supposed to take it. And she calls him Dragon Warrior before she dies. So they're trying to shoot him with more arrows. He ends up cutting himself on some barbs or some pricks in a tree. And then the cut touches the thing that he had in his hand, that somehow that was able to transform him into this dinosaur character that he.
It looked like a dinosaur tooth or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. And so he wakes up, and he's in like his like parish, and his mentor's there, and he's like, oh, had another nightmare or whatever. And so he's having these dreams of that same day in China, I guess, all over and over, where he thinks he's becoming a dinosaur, and his pastor's like, no, it's nothing, don't worry about it, just go do your normal priest shit or whatever. And then so now we run into Carol, who's a prostitute who works for Frankie Mermaid.
Swimming in bitches,
Sorry, I'm not sure why I'm cutting out. He's like, go walk in the park, that's where the real money is, and you're my real money. And so she goes to the park at night alone, which is so scary. And of course, someone tries to rob her. And she's like, I don't have money. Like, you're going to have to go to my guy. He's like, okay, let's go to your guy or whatever. And then Dougie boy over here turns into a dinosaur and just like eats the guy essentially. And it's so fake. Like it's like quite literally like a dinosaur costume. Like they're not even trying to make it look like it's CGI. It's just a guy in a dinosaur suit.
And it's like horrible. And it doesn't even look like it doesn't even really look like a velociraptor.
No, it looks more like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
That's what it looks. It doesn't even look like that kind of dinosaur. And what I liked too about it was he wakes up and he's home with Carol, and she says last night was amazing, and so he thinks that they must have sex. He doesn't remember it, and then she's like, "Wait, what do you think we're talking about here?" Because he's like, "No, I'm talking about." He turned into that dinosaur and killed that guy. He's like, wait, what? He's like, no, I haven't. I love it. He's like, there's no such thing as dinosaurs. And even if there were, I wouldn't turn into one or something like that. Like, what the hell? What kind of line is that? There's no such thing as dinosaurs.
And it's like, I don't even know if that's a thing that Catholics believe.
That's the weird thing about it, too. That's not even a Catholic thing you would hear. That's what makes it even fun, more ridiculous. That's not a, like, that's like a more like fundamentalist, like,
I was Catholic for over like half my life, I think, or not maybe at least a third of my life, and I don't really remember.
I'm pretty sure it's not. It's more of like your super evangelical Protestant fundamentalist bullshit, which is weird too, because I remember one of my ex-friends had a friend or had an acquaintance where he had a conspiracy theory. He was a Christian, I think, who said that atheists actually planted the dinosaur bones to make it seem like dinosaurs existed.
Oh yeah,
in order to like take away people's faith in God, I guess. Which why would believing in dinosaurs take away your faith in God? What's inherently evil or anti-God about dinosaurs? I don't get it. Like I believe in the existence of giraffes, so that means I hate God because I believe giraffes exist. Like, yeah, why? What's so wrong about giraffes? Like, why
would God give them those long necks? I mean, I don't understand. No.
And what's so wrong about dinosaurs? Where believing their existence somehow means that you don't believe in God. So, like, God hates dinosaurs. You're saying God hates his own creation? Is that the theology that we're working with here? I don't agree.
The main idea that people don't understand is that it's because of the fact that dinosaurs existed prior to humans, and God created Adam and Eve during the first week of creation. So they don't believe that dinosaurs could have existed prior to humans. So, yeah.
Well, we're going to mess around with dates here. A day means a day. And according to one Bible verse, a day is 1,000 years in another Bible verse. And so are you saying now God created the word in 6,000 days? Yeah. 6,000, the equivalent to 6,000 years, because if a day is 1,000 years, but even then, that's not. But like, I mean, if you want to be okay, if you want to go down this route, I don't think they want to, because they're going to get real fucking weird real fast. So, Adam and Eve have 2 sons.
Yeah,
and that's the first family.
Yep.
So how
incest?
That's what I'm saying. So. Is that really what you want to go with that route? And then they go, yeah, but Cain killed Abel, and then they had Seth, another male. Was he trans? Like what? I mean, like what? Like how is that going to work?
The only way that they could possibly have had more kids is if Seth and.
But that would just mean that Seth would have to do something to sister, or Adam would have to do something to daughter, God forbid. And then how else? But then so let's play.
They all would have had to have sex with Eve.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Because that wouldn't, whatever. And then but okay, let's play this a little bit more because it's kind of fun. So Cain kills Abel. God's like, all right, I'm going to let you have like this dog. I think essentially walk like the mark. I think the mark of Cain. And some commentaries with a dog that basically was there to like protect him from people who tried to attack him or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that was like the actual mark of Cain. It wasn't that he had like some thing on his mark on his head or whatever, like a crucible type thing. But then it says that he goes and finds a community and finds a wife. Well, wait a minute. So where does other community come from? I mean, is this a community that also Adam and Eve spawned, but we don't know about? The whole other community of people that they've given birth to, that
or did God like create Adam and Eve and then went off into another village and created other people?
Well, that's why they could have their own mythologies where their Adam and Eve is like Adam and Steve or something like that, and then like you got like Guinevere and like Arthur. I don't know why I'm doing Arthur stuff now, but like Arthur.
There's also the idea of Lilith, but that's another.
Lilith was a apocryphal Kabbalah stuff, so that's not canon technically. But Lilith was the first wife of Adam, who God cursed because she wanted to have sex with her on top, I guess. And that was like a terrible thing because women aren't allowed to be on top because it shows that they're masculine. The man's supposed to be the one that's doing whatever or something like that. And so then she became a demon who tries to cause miscarriages in women now because of her being salty without being cast out, I guess, or something like that.
There's also the idea of like she was created from the same clay as Adam.
That was the other thing, dude. So she was an equal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whereas we can't have that. So women have to be inferior. So they had to be created from the man. So, yeah.
But then but that's a weird thing. Why even add that story then? Unless you're trying to make like a point almost against your own theology, but like in a weird underhanded way where you're like, you can't really say it. So you kind of have to say it in like, oh, I'm not really saying this, but here's this story that sounds really, really bad. But like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird, right? That like they just like.
And whenever I think of Lilith, I just think of BB Newirth from Cheers. So it's just.
Or you got the Lilith Fair, the Gorilla Rock band, the Lilith. And you got there is another apocryphal story that they did have a daughter at one point, but that's more of like a Gnostic belief, and she's kind of like almost like supposed to be kind of like almost like a prophet type of thing. So that's not the same. Adam's daughter. I don't know how we got into this, but but yeah. Anyway, she was supposed to have, which I think is interesting because the guy's a priest, so we're allowed to talk about theology. That's a lot. We're allowed.
Speaking of dinosaurs.
Speaking of hold on, one more point before I get on. Just like speaking of dinosaurs, but then the Bible also says that there used to be giants, like actual giants. Not human, and then the giants of men were the Nephilim, who were like human, almost like Zeus type of like mating with like the human women. The Nephilim were like a certain class of angels or some kind of divine beings that went down to earth. They mated with the human women, and then they gave birth to like people who basically became like the super successful kings and rulers. And so it's kind of almost like a David Icke reptilian thing a little bit. Like it's almost like his thing's like just a retelling of that. It's like they're the insiders who rule everything, bro, because they got this special DNA. It's just Bible literally just says it. But anyways, what I thought was interesting in the Quran, it layers one verse, it flat out just blames Adam like for the whole eating the fruit thing, just flat out. Like Eve's not even mentioned in that verse at all. It's just flat out Adam. And then another time where it's mentioned as both of them did it. So Adam 2, Eve 1 in the Quran, right? So that's interesting. So Adam's blamed twice, Eve's blamed once. But Islam's the most evil anti-woman religion in the world, apparently. Anyway, but
the Nephilim are like they are called they are the children of the sons of God. I thought God only had one son.
No, it's okay. So I get it now.
And they're the daughters of man. So like they're part God, part man.
Yeah, it's like a Hercules type situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could get into this all day because I really love religion theology, even though I kind of very complicated relationship with it. But
me too.
Like the whole idea of like Judaism started off as almost like not polytheism. Well, actually, it could have started off as polytheism, but then it moved into a thing where I think it's called henotheism, where it's the idea that like other gods out there exist, but like you're just not interested in those gods. They're not your gods. Your God is your God, and then their God is their God, but you still believe that like they each all exist, which is why they're always fighting each other, because they want their God to be the one that beats all the other gods. And so that's why for a while it would say stuff like "have no other gods before me," which or the most high God.
Other high school football teams exist, but you don't care about them.
Exactly. That's kind of how it was. But then it became like there is only one high school football team. That's it. There's no other one. There's other people who put on football uniforms and throw a ball around, but they're not an actual team, Yeah. And so that's the difference. But like, I just think that stuff. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, according to this guy, his church doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
So the dinosaur thing. You remember? Okay, so my grandma Ozenbaugh. That was her last name. She, in front of her house had what I was always told was like a petrified dinosaur egg.
Oh, really? Is that true?
While we're talking here, that just popped back into my head, and it makes me.
Is it true? Did she really find one?
It makes me wonder, because I guess my grandpa gave it to her. My grandpa that I never met because he died before I was born.
Yeah,
but he got it somewhere. And they had it out in front of the house, but it was like petrified, but basically it was like a big piece of it looked like a big piece of concrete. So, but it was shaped like an egg. And now I'm
just concrete, or
that's what I'm wondering. Because I don't know if it was still there when my grandma died, and then my uncle took over the house, and my uncle died, and my other uncle stole the house. And
great.
But we're not gonna, my former uncle. But anyways, that's another story. But but now I'm just like really curious what happened to that egg, and I'm also really curious. I'm gonna have to talk to my mother, because I'm just like wondering if that was just something they told me as a kid, and I believed it until now.
It could have been, or it also could have been real. I mean, one of my friends, found a dinosaur bone in his backyard when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so it happens. Plus, I think scientists did discover like a dinosaur fetus that was in an amber or whatever. So it could happen. But I'm pretty sure you'd be able to tell, though.
But this it was like a big egg. It was like kind of an egg shaped, and had it looked like it looked exactly like a dinosaur egg, but it was like
maybe it was. Actually, let me type this up. Let me look at this.
My thing is I'm just wondering if that was actually worth money.
But you won't sell it, because then the government would take it, and then
I have no claim to it, even though I probably have more claim than the people that actually have it now. But anyways, that's
wow. This is Google. I do petrified dinosaur eggs exist, but then one of the search suggestions is, can fossilized dinosaur eggs hatch? Come on, people, really? I mean, I guess there's no such thing as a stupid question, but there's kind of. Oh no, it says no. That's AI overview, so you can't trust that. Yes, petrified or fossilized dinosaurs' eggs absolutely exist over millions of years. Organic. I'm not going to trust that. This AI overview. I'm going to look at I'm going to look at American Museum of Natural History. I don't know. The thing it looks kind of is very different. Do laying big eggs? Do discovery? No, not what I'm.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll look. I'm going to talk to my mom about this.
Wait, no, I found some from People magazine. 72 million-year-old dinosaur eggs the size of small melons. Sounds kind of like the found an extraordinary discovery. It looks kind of like concrete that's been stepped over a little bit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It makes me wonder.
It makes me wonder, too. I'm going to send you the screenshot and the link.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm pretty sure. So they may have actually had... I mean, your whole family history is weird shit. Your great-grandfather was the mayor of Toledo at one point or some shit. And
that was
literally moved his house to a different side of the street or something like that. Or
they moved to a different part of town.
That's right. A different part of town. They just moved the house. Yeah.
That's kind of similar, but this one was more smooth. It wasn't like, yeah.
Oh, see. So it wasn't like, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, this is an interesting little side quest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just makes me wonder, and I'll talk to my mother about that and get back to people on a future episode. Mm-hmm. Maybe in an episode where we, maybe we'll do another dinosaur episode.
Ooh, like the TV show Dinosaurs, maybe, or like or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll find something eventually that will do different dinosaur movie. But yeah, I think I have one in mind. But
I think I know. I think I know what you. I think I know what you got mind.
Yeah. We'll talk after. Anyway, so what else goes on here that we got basically, he thinks he had sex with the prostitute. He didn't. So Carol,
because he was naked, so he thought,
it's one thing I found interesting. So I watched the new Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh yeah, isn't it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. And I do find one thing, I'm not spoiling anything by saying this, but after he changes into He-Man, Adam's like, he's like, so what happened to my clothes? Because he changed from his clothes he was wearing into the He-Man outfit. And he's like, do they disappear? Like, what happened? He's just like, not sure. So that was kind of funny. But yeah. Because I often wonder about that. Like, at least they kind of, but in this, it basically his clothes disappear. I mean, he just, he becomes a VelociPastor.
So odd. Does he eat his own clothes? Is that what happens? Or like, does he?
Or do they just rip? I mean, it could be like a Hulk situation where they rip and,
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And so they start becoming friends. She convinces him, like, oh, you got this incredible gift. You could like kill really bad people. So it's fine, actually.
Yeah.
He's like, no. And he's like, okay, sure. Because lo and behold, Frankie Mermaid comes in to do a confession. And look who's doing the confession for Frankie Mermaid. None other than Doug. And
the thing I'm trying to figure out is, why did Frankie Mermaid go
because he's a Catholic. I mean, he does bad shit, but he's still a Catholic. I don't know.
She's like, I haven't been there in a long time, and it's just like, okay.
I haven't been there for 4 weeks or something like that, or 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh, he said 4 years. No, it was like 4 months. I don't remember. He's like, I've killed some. But we find out that he's the one who killed.
He talks about the last 4 days.
But for the last 4 days, he's done things. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's like, I stole candy from a baby, and then I threw the baby in the river so it wouldn't snitch. Obviously, like obviously, yeah, obviously.
Like then, I pimp bitches, do drugs, sell drugs, murder people. Really, you name it, I've done it, Padre.
And he's like, no, it's just like someone pays me, I just do it, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we find out but we don't find out why. So he finds out he's the one that blew up his parents' cars, but like, why? Like, they weren't like spies. They were like, some kind of like, why would you want to kill someone type of person? Like, like.
Because my thing is I'm wondering if he was paid by the ninjas.
Oh, that could have been it, but they never really.
They never really connected that thread. Yeah.
Oh my God. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, especially with the big reveal.
So there's like parts of this movie, again, like where the crying and screaming goes on way too long. There's this part where the villain and his like protege keep laughing, but like they keep doing it for way too long. I like the guy's like just like completely like,
it's kind of like an Austin Powers sort of thing. I think Dr. Evil did something similar in Austin Powers. A little bit. Yeah, not as much as this though.
So he kills Frankie Mermaid in the confessional booth, turns into the dinosaur, rips him up, and then he tells Carol, and she's like glad. It's like, oh, that's awesome! Like, you killed the Frankie Mermaid, and so then that convinces him, like, we'll work together. And so, like, I guess they become like a team. Yeah. I don't know. What is her part of the team? What is she doing to help him in this like crusade? Like, she like doing anything? Like,
think she's more just like in this situation, she's kind of like the, who was that guy in Rocky that like motivated Rocky that Burgess Meredith played, sort of like that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
What was it? What's his name? I can't think of it. I can't hear you now.
What's that?
I couldn't hear you. Now you're good. Yeah, I forgot his name. She was like, I guess, like emotional support. I was wondering if she was like luring, people like pretending to be a prostitute, like luring clients, like the really bad ones at least, because like they were only going after like I think like the really horrible ones, kind of like Boondock Saints, but like they would only go after like really like this like the super evil people like at the top type of thing, but a much more funny version. I'm sorry. I don't like that movie that much, Boondock. That's an unpopular opinion, I guess. I don't really think it's like this. A lot of people act like this is like the greatest indie film of all time type of thing. I'm like,
I don't feel bad at all because I think it's one of the most overrated films ever made.
Plus the guy's a complete piece of shit who made the film or wrote it or whatever.
The documentary about the making of the movie is better than the movie itself.
So good because it just shows how horrible a person the guy is. But like, I remember like everyone and their brother like trying to like act cool, like smoking cigarettes, like, hey man, you ever seen the Boondock Saints, bro? And it's like your mind's gonna be blown, bro ham. And then you watch it, it's like, oh, it's a bunch of cussing and shooting. Super creative and unique. I've never seen that before in a movie.
I'm gonna upset more people too. It's like the way I felt about Napoleon Dynamite. But anyways, we're everybody talked it up like, oh, this is like the best film comedy in a long time. And I'm like, yeah, it was okay.
I couldn't hear you for like 10 seconds. Talking about comedy for the best comedy of all time.
That's the way I felt about Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh God. I mean, I'd watch it and stuff, but like, I did not think it was like hilarious. Like, I mean, like it was like funny for like a chuckle, but like, like people bawling their like it was like there's really nothing going on in this movie. Like it's okay. I did used to watch it, but it was mainly I would only watch it for like the first half of the movie, and then I would just get bored. Like I never really got past the second. I would usually just watch the first half, and then I would kind of quit watching it because I thought most of the. I mean, like there's some good lines in there here and there, but like the whole thing with like him eating steak all the time, that was kind of funny. I thought. Considering the guy's a vegetarian or vegan who's playing Uncle Rico and they're making him eat steak constantly, which I thought that was kind of like interesting. And so he's like having to like do spit takes, constantly spitting out the nasty ass steak that he's making him eat. And then, and like things like that, like the whole like back in '82, I would have gone pro, that kind of thing. Like I actually wrote in one of my papers for college, I made up my own term called Uncle Rico syndrome. Talk about like that kind of attitude or whatever. Yeah. And then I wrote also known as Uncle Rico's quandary. And my professor like, I don't know what that means. And I told him what it meant. I think I just made it up, but it's from a movie. And he's like, okay, I'll accept it, but don't just like write like things that no one's heard of before. Like
what class was this in?
I think it was oh man, it was such a long time. Could have been like not an anthropology. Well, it could have been. I don't know why it would have made sense in anthropology, but he's the only professor I would know who would.
Was it like psychology or anything?
It could have been like the only professor I would know who would accept that was my anthropology professor. But I don't know in what context that could have made sense. But I'm pretty sure it had to have been him. Maybe he taught some other class as well. And maybe I took that at one point. I don't remember, but I just remember writing that down. Like, 'cause I was like, this is hilarious, right? And it's like I don't know what this means. I'm like, oh, it's a movie. And there's this guy who his life stopped in 1982 because he thought he was going to become a pro football star and it didn't work out for him. And so he's like stuck in that moment. It's like, oh yeah, I understand exactly that concept, but it's like, I don't know what the phrase means.
There's got to be some kind of psychological term for that.
I'm sure there is. But I thought it was funnier to call it that. But
so anyway, back to VelociPastor.
Yeah, sure.
So Carol, so basically, what ends up happening is we see these like ninjas that are somehow connected, and we don't really realize that they're the ones that were trying to get the power, I guess, the beginning, stop things. We end up finding out that eventually, first off, we find out that we're trying to get it stopped, and the Father Stewart takes Doug to try to remove his power to an exorcist named Altair. Who I'll say was like the coolest character in the movie, but
he's like not like a Christian exorcist, but like but he needs done right away or whatever. So
and then we have like this random flashback to
hilarious.
It has nothing to do with anything really.
And it's still the same guy just playing himself. It's not even like a younger version of the character. It's
young
just him.
Blonde wig on him that doesn't like it looks worse than like the wigs that they use on SNL and stuff. And it's just
like, and he's talking to his war buddy Ali, who's younger than he is.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's supposed to be his superior. He's like, go have 11 kids and spend 15 minutes each of them every day, and name one of them Ali after your old war buddy Ali from the war, and like who made it out of the war without getting a scratch on him, and smiles. So of course he gets shot. It's like, and then somehow his girlfriend shows up for some reason, and she steps on a landmine. She gets killed. It's just I did like the guy's like, why? What was she doing out here in the forest? And one of the guys like, I don't know, maybe we're just gonna try to start a family. Like, what the hell? That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
I don't know what to compare this movie to, honestly. I don't really think I've seen anything like this.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's its own thing.
It is its own thing. Yeah. It's the David Pumpkins of
yes. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So anyways, the ninjas are led by this guy named Wei Chan. They turn out that they're a camp of drug dealing Christian ninjas.
Yeah, we're sitting there thinking they're like trying to undermine.
Yeah,
but they're like more zealous than the actual priest is or whatever.
And they want to do this. They plan to sell highly addictive cocaine to people, then cut off supplies. He hopes that this will lead the addicts to turn to the church.
Where
he'll eventually take over and use them as his army
to then like rid the world of the infidels. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, this is so bizarre.
I mean, it makes about as much sense as some villains in some movies, though, too. So,
it kind of reminded me a little bit of Ra's al Ghul, but like a much more parody version of it. Because they were kind of trying to do that.
I wonder if that's what they were going for.
Batman Begins. They were like trying to like make everyone go crazy with the like fucking up with the water supply to make everyone hallucinate or some shit or whatever. And
and so the right hand man, who's called the White Ninja, we realized during this like big fight scene here is we realize is Sam, the brother we didn't know about that Doug has.
His dad kept saying, "You're my only son," and it shows him like holding a glass of juice in the kitchen over here. Yes. And like when he's taking him to quote priest school, he says the same exact thing. He's just sitting in the back of the car. What the hell? Like he's like, yeah, good times. It's so stupid. He's like, you didn't think you see me again, did you, brother? And he's like, Sam.
and he has like this. He has a sword that he says, like, it's the sword of my ancestors.
Right. Like, what? Like, what ancestors?
So Doug is able to use the sword and catch it with his telekinesis.
Now he's apparently got telekinesis powers. I thought he just turned into a dinosaur. Like, what? Like, now he can do that, I guess. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, he takes care of the remaining ninjas and everything, and he rips off the head of Wei Chan.
Yeah, it's just like a dummy head. Like it's like
it's totally like a mannequin head.
It's not even. It's just like a stupid little thing.
It's like a mannequin head or one of those heads that they will put like wigs on for like when you're trained to be a stylist or something. That's what it kind of or something like that. So basically, while he's fighting, before that happens, though, he's transformed transforming into the VelociPastor, and he's shot by Wei Chan with an arrow containing venom to stop his transformation. But somehow his hands are immune to it, so his hands can turn now.
And so he rips his head off.
Yeah.
But someone had cut Carol with a sword real bad.
Yeah. So he carries her to the hospital, and she recovers. Well, he's in the waiting room of this, like, obviously not a hospital.
No,
and the doctor's there with, like, the stupid thing on his head that, like, cartoon doctors wear. And then
I know it's not. He starts smoking.
He pulls like a cigarette butt out of the ashtray and starts smoking it.
Like, what?
That was hilarious.
We're not smoking, and maybe that's like they try and do like a period piece too, where back in the day where you were allowed to smoke, areas or whatever. So I don't know.
He doesn't even start a new cigarette. He's just like
he just takes one. Yeah.
So at the end, Doug leaves the priesthood, obviously.
Well,
and he has like this bounty on his head now from, and he plans to travel the world with Carol and continue their plan to kill off criminals. And I guess we'll see more of that in the VelociPastor 2, which is supposed to be
whenever that comes out. Yeah. Whenever it comes out.
And when that comes out, we'll review that too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Honestly, I think this movie's still better than what the new Harry Potter TV show is going to turn out to be. So,
yeah,
I would actually watch this over that anytime, because I know it's just random, but I watched another video about it, how the girl who played Ginny Weasley is already quitting the show. So they filmed the season, but she's gone. So it's like, she probably knows, like, this is not a good career starter. Like,
I don't know for sure, but this movie probably has fewer transphobic people involved. So
I would assume so, but I just think it's funny that, like, it's like instead, like, her and her parents have made the decision or whatever. It's like, they probably like, I don't think this is the way to go. Like, this is like, you don't want to start your career with this kind of political, like, firestorm being attached to it. And the other thing I don't get to is, like, this is probably going to take around 10 years to finally, which I personally don't think it's going to do every 7 books. I think it's going to do one. They might get away with Chamber of Secrets. If they're really lucky, maybe Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't think they're going to be doing Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly. We'll see. But what I'm saying is they got John Lithgow playing Dumbledore. He's like 79 years old, and it's going to be a 10-year thing. I mean, it's possible, but
they might have to recast Dumbledore again.
But that's the thing, because they had not George Harris. Why did I say George Harris? What was his name? The first Dumbledore. What was his name?
Richard Harris.
Sorry, Richard, not George. Richard Harris played him for the first 2 movies. Then you had the other
Michael Gambon.
Totally different style of acting.
Yeah.
And you can totally tell with those 2 movies, Richard Harris has this much more whimsical, Richard Harris was more book accurate Dumbledore than the other.
Yeah, the movies got darker though too, so it kind of made sense with Michael Gambon's performance.
They did, but even in the books though, Dumbledore still, for the most part, maintains that kind of, I mean, once we get into Order of Phoenix, things do get way more serious. Yes,
I'm just saying the way the movies were made, it fit better.
Yeah, but anyway, this movie's better than those shows are going to do.
So, back to that. Here's a little bit of a trivia here. According to the DVD commentary, the writer-director, the VelociPastor costume used had been in his basement for years. It had been made for a high school play, but the school's principal refused to let it be used because he believed it made the play too violent.
Oh my God. Really? Okay. It's super violent. It's like a...
Yeah. Where is that at? Why am I not finding this? Like there was like a trivia here that it's like disappeared now.
They deleted the website. It's gone.
Yeah, no.
It's gone. I can't do anything.
Anyways, from what I remember of what this said is that it his autocorrect, he was trying to type in Velociraptor in his autocorrect, and it kept autocorrecting to VelociPastor as 2 words. Yes, so he decided that he needed a movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So police showed up to find out what was happening the day the movie's climactic fight was filmed.
Okay.
So the scene was being shot in a relatively remote area of a park. People passing by could still see the actors and the set. Someone called the police to report that, quote, ninjas and someone in a short, fat dinosaur costume were running around in the park.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a scene early where Frankie Mermaid is like screaming profanity at people on the street. While this was happening, he was unaware that several of the passersby were school students who had just gotten out of class. So he's like yelling.
They didn't really have a whole lot of permits for this movie. It seems like. Because at one point when he's talking to Carol, he's like, "You're working the park tonight because that's where the real money's at. You're where the real money's at." And then he yells, he goes, "Cherry, if you had dicks in your mouth the way you eat sandwiches, I'd be a fucking millionaire by now," or some shit. I'm like, "Oh, is that what he was saying?"
And like some children walking by.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's not good.
What else was there? There was something. This is one that's a trivia that I don't believe.
Sure. What is it?
It says the film was shot on 16 millimeter film. This does not look like 16 millimeter. It looks like digital.
I wonder if would that have anything to do with how this is a weird question, but now that you brought it up. So I had trouble watching this movie because it was super, super choppy. And so I had to put it down to like the lowest thing, like 4 gigabytes per, like everything else I watched. Like I loaded up like a really long movie that was like very professional made.
I watched a pretty good copy of it that had no issue, but it just doesn't look like, and every clips I've seen about it too, it doesn't look like 16 millimeter film. It does not look like it was shot on film. It looks like it was shot on digital. So I think that they're lying.
They might be lying.
Yeah.
I mean, can you really trust them? I mean, this is a movie called VelociPastor.
Yeah.
And he looks more like a T-Rex than he does a Velociraptor. So right there.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate deception. So
I do believe this, however. It said that the movie was shot for a cost between $35,000 and $45,000.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I would have thought even lesser, but okay.
Me too, because it doesn't look like the budget was much bigger than the budgets I had for the 2 feature films I made, which were actually, those were both intended to be bad movies on purpose too. So,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe all the money went to the music for the soundtrack, because they got some really good music here.
Yeah. So who knows? Anyways, anything else to say about this before we wrap up?
Yeah, just one more thing.
Okay.
Don't go chasing dinosaurs. I don't know.
You stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Dude, Jason. I'm not even playing the right chords in my. Yeah. Don't go chasing dinosaurs. Don't do it.
Yes, don't do it.
I wish I could sing. I can play. I can write. I can compose. The only thing I can't do is fucking sing. Oh well, that's fine.
You have a better voice than you think you do.
I think it's because I don't know what notes to sing. Yeah. When I'm making something up, I think it's what it is.
Maybe take some singing lessons or find
I could. I mean, maybe
class online or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to help that out, and maybe help pay for some singing lessons for Sesame, you can go to all2real2.com and check out the link to our Patreon and help support the show. You can become a free member of our Patreon.
Ooh.
We only have 1 or 2 free members, and one of them is me.
Nice.
So, yes, at the moment as we record. So hopefully more people join.
Yep.
They make it kind of hard to join free, though. So if you have any issues with that, message me at mike@cullenpark.com and I'll send you.
It is kind of weird. It is weird. I joined something once too. And I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I'm in talks with Patreon to try to make it easier to join, but they're being, corporate weird. Yeah. But anyways, so no offense to Patreon. I love Patreon.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, you can check out our TeePublic there and you can buy some merch and that'll help us out.
Absolutely.
If you want to, that's the other thing too. On our Patreon, we have different tiers. We have a new one that I added where you can be a sponsor of our show.
Nice.
Yeah. Basically for so our memberships that we have right now. Oh, we do have it right now on well, that just says my membership. Okay. So the memberships that we have for $1 a month, you can become an all-two family member.
Nice.
Which you can get an early access to every episode of our show.
Uh-huh.
Thanked by one of us in a future episode.
Okay.
You can also for $10 a month, you can pick a podcast episode topic. So you can help us, do up an episode,
Yeah.
For $25 a month, you can become a sponsor. So we will, do a personalized ad read on an episode each month, promoting your business, maybe every episode, depending on how we negotiate things. But yeah, you can get your name, business, podcast, your channel, whatever your project, whatever you want to talk about, within reason.
Well, yeah.
Like if you're, if you're a member of the KKK and you want us to sponsor,
no, sorry.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
For $30 a month, you can become a producer, a podcast producer. Oh. You can produce with Cullen Park a series of 3 episodes on a special topic of your choice. And the last one is you can become a movie star.
Ooh.
For $150 a month. You can have a featured role in an upcoming film. You must provide your own transportation to set, and you will also get all the above tiers and perks. Anyway, okay. So just, go check that out. That's patreon.com/all2real2. Yes. And, another way you can help us out is just, share the show with a friend.
Yep.
Share it on social media, like our show, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, some good things you can do is, just be different, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always say. Just remember that trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal. Fuck ICE, free Palestine. And just remember that I love you. I don't know much about dinosaurs. Sesame loves you. And until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Haas. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.
Hello?
Look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
We are digital, we are downloadable, we are streamable.
The fashion event of the year is certified fresh.
Pull yourself together, we have work to do.
Critics say it's smart and witty and the perfect sequel.
That's all.
Get runway ready for The Devil Wears Prada 2 on Disney Plus and Hulu. Rated PG-13.